Good day and welcome to our demonstration and explanation of both why and how to change your domain level from an old one, like say Server 2012 or Server 2008 R2, up to something modern like say Server 2019 or Server 2022. There are 6 steps in this process, and we're going to run through each of them and demonstrate it, as well as explain the lab that we set up and explaining what the benefits of doing this are. All right, so the 6 steps are: first, install a new server. So server 22, server 2019, even server 2016. You want to at least get to that level. You want to patch everything and reboot. You want to make sure there's nothing stuck. Step 3 of 6 is to add your server 2022 is what we're playing with to your existing domain. Step 4 is move the Fizmos over. That's your flexible service masters. Move those over to your new domain controller, in our case, server 2022. Step 5, demote the old server so it's no longer a domain controller. And step 6, change both the domain and the forest level to 2016. Fun fact that we can get out of the way here quickly: there is no domain or forest level for 2019 or 2022. So if you're looking for it, you'll be disappointed. First thing we're going to do is explain what's on the screen here. I have built a lab. Top left-hand corner is DC. It's cleverly called DC 2012 R1. Then on the right, I've already installed a new server 2022. It is not yet a DC or domain controller. As you can see, I've labeled it DC 2022, but that doesn't mean that's what it is. And lastly, in the bottom right-hand corner here, I have a Windows 10 computer. Now, these were all set up in Azure just because Azure is the easiest way to do it. Once again, original domain controller, and I've got a Windows 10 PC, and I have a new box that will be a full domain controller but isn't. And right now, I don't have this other DC running. This is just an old piece of junk that I have. Okay, so the first 2 steps are already done in our example, which was install a nice new server, which I've got here, server 2022. And as far as the domain is concerned, as we mentioned, as long as you're at 2016, you're current. And the other thing we've done is we've patched everything and rebooted it to make sure that there's nothing stuck. All right, so let's get on to step 3, which is join your new server to the domain and bump it up to be a domain controller. All right, there's a few ways to do this. You can use the control panel, you can do it with the command line. I'm just going to use Server Manager. So in Server Manager, click on your own machine and select, in my case, Workgroup. And I'm going to change that from a workgroup to the funky domain. And this is going to fail, which is intentional because I want to show you the first mistake you'll make trying to do this. That's not a real domain. That's an internal domain. So if you want it to find it, you've got to make the DNS on this new server point to your old DNS. Click, open, Ethernet. Oh, change it after settings. We'll just do it there. There's a bunch of ways to do this as well. It's the easiest way. And again, having DHCP address is a horrible idea for anything other than a lab that's going to be up for an hour like this one is. And okay. urtech-testdom.com. There we go. Now that it's pointing at the right DNS. And this is asking for your domain credentials. There it is. It'll want me to restart. We'll do that quickly. I won't make you wait. We'll be right back. Now remember, this time when you log in, you need to use, well, you don't need to, but I'm going to use a domain administrator account. So I'll kick it over by doing urtech domain admin password. And this will take a minute to build my profile. There we go. Now, just to prove everything's happy, you can see the machine is registered on the network. So I've got this joined to the domain, and we need to make it a domain controller. Easy enough to do. You can do this a couple of ways. Easiest way is with Server Manager. Click Manage in the top right-hand corner. Click Add Roles and Features. Click Next. Yes, it's role-based. It is not an RDP issue. Yes, it's for this server. And you want to select Active Directory Domain Services. That will add in all of the required tools, However, it will not necessarily add in DNS for you. Make sure you're going to add DNS, because when you shut down your old server, let's assume you only have one, well, you're really going to need a DNS box, aren't you? Now, what this is coming up with is saying, look, you are running a DHCP address on this server, and running DNS with the DHCP address is a horrible idea. But I'm just going to say, yeah, whatever, because this is a demo and not something I would do normally. You're really going to want to give all of your servers static addresses. So let's just click next to get through this. There we go. And install. Now this is going to take a few minutes. Okay, now you think you're done and we haven't even had to do reboot. Well, no, look at the little notification up here. We now need to promote this. And you definitely want to add this to an existing domain. It's selected the correct domain, that's happy. You definitely want it to be a GC, a global catalog. You'll see you need at least one on your network. Really good idea to have more than one. And you can see the old server over here is a GC. And now we'll have a second one. This is not a read-only domain controller. You do need to have a password for your Active Directory restore mode, which you'll probably never need. But man, you really want to know what that password is, in case you ever do have to do an Active Directory restore. All right, let's click next. Just ignore that message. And replicate from any domain controller, you know, as in the only one we've got, but that's fine. Any is fine. It used to be that you would put your sysvol and other things on different partitions. You really don't do that anymore, especially with virtual machines. You just leave them on C. For one thing, if you do have to do a restore, you will have serious problems if they're not in the default locations. Well, you won't have problems, you'll just have a lot more complexity. So let's just click next through this. And it's Noda going to bark and say, you know, you've got a DNS. Yeah, here we go. You've got a DHCP address. You're a moron. Yep, agreed. Click install. All right, so now it has to reboot. Now let's just go look at our old domain controller. F5 to refresh, and bingo, there it is. It's a global catalog. That's a happy thing. All right, step 4, take over the Fizmos. Easy enough to do. Users and computers. Everybody's favorite old console. You know, it's still fine. And what you want to do is, you might be tempted to go through the menus. Don't. You have to right-click on your domain in question, and you also might be tempted to raise the domain functional level or the forest level at this point. Do not do that, because you still have an older domain controller on board, and that won't work. So that's the last thing to do. So let's go to Operations Masters and go through those 5. So this we can change from the old to the new. Yep, I'm sure I want to change it. Oh, that's nice. And the primary domain controller emulator. The old PDC, there's only one of those, so that's a big deal. I mean, no matter how many DCs you have, there's only one PDC emulator. Okay, anyway, let's change. Yep, there we go. Close, close. So before we go any further, let's show you what the Fizmos are. Because it really is easy to get this screwed up and miss a couple, because those 3 were easy and you think, well, that's all there is. There's more. And we can use the incredibly intuitive netdom query Fizmo command. I believe that's it. Yep. And you'll see, well, we've already moved 3 of them over, but there's 2 more to go. So how to change the last 2? Well, one of them's in domains and trusts. And you'll be tempted to click on your domain because that makes sense, but it's not there. It's actually above it. So right click and select Operations Master. Click Change. Yep, there we go. Check your Fizmos again. So now the last one's how to change the Schema Master. Well, you'll be a bit surprised to find you actually have to register a DLL even in the 22 version. That's the command. Reg server 32 and schema management DLL. Press enter, registered, yay, and then you bring up an MMC, that Microsoft Management Console, and select File, Add Remove Snap-in, find Active Directory Schema, there it is, just double click on it, click OK, Now just right-click on the top there and select Change Active Directory Domain Controller. Change off to your new one. In my case, DC 2022. Yeah, that's correct. There we go. And then right-click and select Operations Master. Change. Yep. Done. Now, let's go over here and see where the Fizmos are. Bingo. And just to keep your mind in one piece, let's do the same thing over on the older box, and it should also show everything's been kicked over. Bingo. Now, if you're in a hurry, you're just going to want to DC promo the old box down, but that is not what is needed. You've got to get rid of that global catalog. Easy to do. You can do it on the old or the new machine. I'm going to use the new one because I just prefer to run with the Windows 10 interface. And what I've got to find is Sites and Services. That's it. Sites and Services. And then into your default first site, presumably. And then into servers, and you think, I'll find it in here. No, it's one level down into your NTDS settings. Right-click on it, go to Properties, and get rid of that global catalog. Boom! Let's go back to old box here, press F5. And there it is. It's just a DC, it's no longer a global catalog. 2 steps left. Demote the old server, change the domain and forest level, and then of course just make sure everything still works. So I'm just quickly going to create a share on the new server just so that we can see that the Windows 10 client machine can still talk to the domain happily. We'll leave it wide open. Obviously a horrible thing to do in a production setting, but just for proving it works, you get the idea. There it is. Okay, now we can DC promo this box down. The old one. You can't just use DC promo anymore, the PowerShell command. So you've got to do it through Server Manager, use remove roles and features. Oh, one thing I forgot. Make sure all of your machines are pointing to your new DNS. So I'll do that quickly. All right, now that little DNS problem is taken care of, let's go and remove Active Directory. And yep, we'll remove those features, all of them. Yep, we want to demote it. All right, set a new local administrator password. You may recall that somewhere around 2008, you could no longer have a domain controller with local account. So I don't recall what that had to do with, but I believe it was security. The system needs to create a local account for you, even if you're going to sign in on the domain. Demote. Fare thee well. All right, so we're back and we're signed in. Go back to manage. Remove roles. Same drill. Get rid of Active Directory. Remove. Get rid of DNS. Remove. Next. Next. Remove. All right, so let's just take a look. So that server is now, well, let's just confirm. Yeah, there we go. Still on the domain. It's no longer a domain controller. There it is. Just because it's called DC 2012 doesn't mean it is a DC. That's just a name. It could be anything. The point of a lot of this is to raise that the functional levels. Now you'll want to do that because a number of pieces of software will just require it. But here's the 5 or 6 things you get right away that are important. One, you get an Active Directory recycle bin. Very handy when you accidentally delete something. You get GMSA. But basically, it's a way to easily change the passwords on service accounts without blowing them up. You block past the hash problems. You can run protected VMs. And you get privileged access management, PAM. There are a couple of things to look for before you do this. The first is, are all of your domain controllers at least the level you're going to set it to? And secondly, do you have any ancient software that the new functional level will break? I know I don't because this is a lab, So let's go ahead and make this happen. I usually do this through command line, but to do it through GUI, you do it through domains and trusts. Right-click on your domain, select Raise Domain Function Level. And we're going to set it all the way up to 16. And this is going to just blow stuff up. Watch this. Oh, you know, can't go backwards. Yeah, I know. Bingo, done. Let's just take a look at that. And you can't, you're at the top level. But what about the forest, you say? Well, it's just above it, which is not a surprise. And there it is, raise forest level. And we want to do the same thing, raise it up to 16. As we mentioned at the start, there is no 19 or 20. The schema is the same. 2016 is the last time the schema was changed. Okay, let's just check this through PowerShell. Bingo, 2016. Check the forest. Bingo, 2016. Let's make sure our Windows 10 client can still surf. And remember, it's getting its DNS from the new server. Bingo, it's happy. And let's just make sure it can still see a file share. Bingo, still there. And that is how you migrate from one domain function level to another. If you found this video useful, we'd really appreciate the thumbs up, and a subscribe is even better. Really helps with the Google algorithms. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the section below. We'll get back to you or somebody else will. And you can always get a hold of us at www.urtech.ca. That's urtech.ca. Thanks and have a great day. Bye-bye.